Little Gray's Altruistic Adventure, written by Ashley Kumfer, illustrated by Robert Onyango. In the warm blue ocean swam a little gray whale alongside her mother. She reveled in the beauty of the turquoise depths and the colorful coral reefs. "Mama," Little Gray exclaimed, "I just love to swim in the water. I feel so free." "Me too, Little Gray," Mama replied. "The ocean is a beautiful place to be, but it's a bad time to make our journey north, away from the warm waters and palm trees. Soon I'll begin to teach you how to feed yourself, It's important you stay close to me. As lovely as the ocean could be, it can also be a dangerous place." Little Gray didn't understand everything Mom was saying, but she didn't know her mother cared about her and could be trusted. Mama and Little Gray were a few days into their journey when Little Gray became restless. Little Gray went up to take a breath and could feel the warm sunshine on her back. "Mama, I wish I had a friend, maybe another little gray whale my age. It would make this trip more fun," Little Gray complained. "Well, it's a long journey to the feeding grounds, but it might be just the two of us for a while. Just be sure you stay close to me." Suddenly, a creature that looked a little like Little Gray appeared. Only this one had spots. It was a baby whale shark, and she was all alone. She looked very worried. "Hi, my name is Little Spot," she said timidly. "Have you seen my mother?" Little Gray was scared. This creature was different from her, but yet almost the same. "Nice to meet you, Little Spot," Mama said kindly. "We have not seen your mother, but why don't you come with us? Maybe we can find her." Little Gray was annoyed. Why did Mama invite a strange new animal to join them? Mama nudged Little Gray towards Little Spot as the three of them continued to swim together. But Little Gray tried her best to ignore their guest. After a few days of this behavior, Mama whispered to Little Gray, "Why don't you go talk to Little Spot? She seems very lonely." Little Gray quickly blurted out an excuse. "I needed another breath, Mama," as she dashed up to the surface. At the surface, she noticed a turtle who looked sad and wasn't moving. "Hello," she initiated. "My name is Little Gray. What's your name?" "Hi," the turtle replied weakly. "My name is Little Flipper." "What's that around your front flipper?" asked Little Gray. "I accidentally swam right into the plastic bag and got all tangled up." "Is that why you look so sad, Little Flipper?" "Yes, that is why I'm sad. I've been trying to get it off of me, but the more I try, the tighter it gets," he said as tears welled up in his eyes. "Can you help me?" Little Gray thought she could probably squeeze her tail between the plastic bag and use her strength to free the bag. But what if she got caught in the bag too, or hurt her tail? As she created a plan in her mind to help, she happened to glance below and saw Mama talking to Little Spot. Little Gray was instantly jealous. Forgetting about Little Flipper's problem, she became more focused on her own. What if Mama started liking Little Spot better than her? "Well, hope you find someone else to help, Little Flipper. I've got to go." Wait, Little Flipper started to plead, but Little Gray was already gone. Little Gray darted in between Mama and Little Spot, but then raced right past them, shouting, "Look how fast I can swim!" Playfully twisting and turning, she knowingly swam just beyond where Mama could see. "Did you see me do the trick?" she proudly asked, but Mama was nowhere to be seen. "Mama?" Little Gray frantically tried to remember from which direction she had been swimming. Nothing but blue surrounded her. It was eerily quiet. A cold shiver went across her body as she quickly scanned the waters. She saw shadows in the distance circling her. It was definitely not Mama. Now she wished she had. Sorry, I can't. Now she wished she had listened and obeyed. Within seconds, a pod of orcas surrounded her, blocking any route of escape. "Mama, help!" yelled Little Gray in panic. She knew she was in danger, scared and alone. Suddenly, Little Gray saw a magnificent humpback whale heading straight towards them. As the humpback approached, their eyes locked, and instantly she knew this whale had come to her rescue. The humpback launched into a huge beach, landing on one of the orca's whales. Another orca latched onto the humpback's tail with its sharp teeth. Wincing in pain, the humpback continued to maneuver its powerful body to protect Little Gray from any harm. Off the distance, Little Gray could hear her name being called. "Little Gray, where are you?" "Mama?" Little Gray was relieved to see Mama and Little Spot. She rushed over and snuggled next to her Mama while the battle continued. It was awful and intense, but the orcas were no match for the humpback. It didn't take long before they gave up the fight and swam off. For a moment, everything was still. Little Gray stared in awe as the massive humpback swam away. She could see the fresh wounds on her savior's body. She was stunned thinking about all that had just happened. "Mama," Little Gray asked, "why did you do that? Why did you save me?" Mama said thoughtfully. "Humpback whales are like that. They're very willing to help." "Even though they didn't know me?" Little Gray asked with surprise. "Even if they don't know you," replied Mama. "Even though we are not the same?" Little Gray questioned. "Even though we are not the same," Mama assured. "Even though they might get hurt?" Little Gray wondered. "Yes, even if they get hurt," said Mama. Little Gray didn't understand. "But why, Mama? Why would they want to help someone they didn't know? Who's not like them, especially if they might get hurt?" Mama replied. "Humpback whales are altruistic. They will use their lives in order to save another." Little Gray was amazed. It made her feel really special. "Mama," Little Gray said hopefully, "someday when I'm big, I want to be just like the humpback whale. I want to help others and save them from danger." Mama smiled and said, "That's great, Little Gray, but you don't need to wait that long to start helping others, and you shouldn't. Big whales can do a lot of big things, but so can little whales. There are all opportunities all around us, Little Gray. Keep your eyes open and your heart ready." All at once, Little Gray knew that was true. She looked back at their guest she's been trying so hard to ignore. Humbly, Little Gray swam to Little Spot. "I'm sorry for not being so very nice to you, especially when you needed our help. You can stay with us as long as you need until you can find your mother. Can we be friends?" "Thanks, Little Gray. I like that a lot," smiled Little Spot. But Little Gray was still sad. "What's wrong?" asked Mama. "I missed a chance to help a turtle who was stuck in plastic because I was so upset about Little Spot getting all your attention." "You know, Little Gray," Mama said soothingly, "it takes practice to decide when to help others when you know better. Little Gray, you do better. You could start by simply deciding to do better next time." As Little Gray swam through the cool blue waters with her mother and Little Spot, she was thankful for the sacrifice that the humpback whale had made for her. Feeling inspired, she was determined to be the lookout for carrying acts she could do for another. Like Mama said, she would keep her eyes open and her heart ready.